All right, and welcome to another plot shot. This might be the final one we do this year, but you never know. It's another beautiful fall day here, about 2 degrees, nice 60-kilometer-an-hour Chinook winds coming through, melting this early snowfall that we had that kind of wrecked our plans out here in the field. But we're back at the perfectly placed corn, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of how things are looking. This is a 3-factor trial, and we're looking at strip tillage in our dryland corn system here. So the first factor is strip till versus no-till, and what we're doing to really dig into that is we've got 3 different seeding dates, and so that's our second factor. And so we've got like an April 15th, a May 1st, and a May 15th. Those are kind of our target dates. Most guys are going when the soil's a lot warmer, 8-10 degrees, and we're hoping by strip tilling either in the fall or early in the spring, we're going to be able to warm that soil up a little bit more and plant earlier. And so our third factor is because there's such a range in heat units, and because picking a variety is pretty key to growing a dryland crop here, we figured we'd kind of go to the extreme. So we have a low heat unit variety that is like an 1850, pretty much the lowest you can get, and we know that's going to hit maturity no matter when we plant it. And then we've got a high heat unit, I think it was like a 2200 or something like that, really pushing what our heat units here are in southern Alberta. And so we're going to see whether or not we even can get that to finish, and I'll give you a quick tour and show you what's happening. All right, well, I think Ken was out here a couple weeks ago with you, showing you some of the differences. So this is our earliest April 1st or April 15th seeding date. These are going to be at like 14-15% moisture already. They're right brown, the stalk is right dried down. Comparison on the opposite side here, this is our May 15th. And you can see just how green the leaves even are still. I mean, we had our killing frost a couple of weeks ago when the snow first fell. It got super cold. We've hit -17 here overnight now. So these are drying down quite rapidly, but it's amazing how much green still kind of hang out in those leaves. And we're able to combine these right now, but they're pushing 25-30% moisture. So yeah, I'll show you what some of the samples look like. All I did here was I arranged them. I'm trying to arrange them in a few different ways because I'm getting a couple hints at what's happening out in the field here. So what I got right now is arranged in dates. So this is our early, our May 1st and our May 15th dates. And you can tell by the bag size a little bit how the yields are doing. So we set it and take the same subsample for every plot we're doing. Now there's some pretty big differences going on in here. And unfortunately I forgot to label with the heat units. But what I see happening in a few different places is I've got the no-tills up at the front here, and then I got the strip tills out at the back. So if I look at my early date, I feel pretty confident that that strip till might have helped with our overall yields compared to some of these smaller guys here. And then as we get further along, I think I'm seeing some similar kind of things, but there's still some really big differences. I mean, these are different reps, so that probably doesn't help. But I'm seeing some pretty big differences between treatments. So I'm hoping that's not just variability. I'm hoping that's actually some pretty big treatment effects. And hopefully what we're going to see is that the higher heat unit is going to be beneficial earlier on, especially under strip tilling. That's what I'm hoping to see. And then we'll see whether or not on this later seeding date, whether we were able to use up those heat units or not. So that's what we're hoping for. So thanks for joining me on such a beautiful fall day. I'm sure we'll have a few more things to show you in a few weeks.